Today we're going to learn how to create simple animated routes on a map. These routes will trace from the start point to the end point. This method works best for routes that are mostly horizontal or mostly vertical. It can also be done in a mostly diagonal direction. For more complex routes that change directions from horizontal to vertical, you'll need to repeat the process for every significant change in direction. For example, a route that runs west to east can be done in one sequence. However, if part of the route shifts 90 degrees, you'll need a separate sequence. There are a few ways to do this. I'll show you the first way I tried it. We'll use GIMP 2.0, a free and open source image editor that is pretty powerful, somewhat comparable to Photoshop. We'll also use Lightworks 2025 Pro. You can also do this with the free version, but will be limited to 720p export resolution. These same principles using GIMP and Lightworks will still apply to most video and image editing software. So let's get started. Step 1. Open up GIMP and import your map image. You can drag and drop or use the File menu. You should have a new layer using the map. For this tutorial, we're going east from San Diego, California to Tucson, Arizona. Prepare your map to get a transparent path of your route. Add transparency to the background by clicking Layer, then Transparency, and then Add Alpha Channel. You can also right-click the layer and select Add Alpha Channel. Now select the Eraser tool. Choose a round brush and adjust its size to match the scale of your route. I used 51 by 51 pixels with a hardness of 100 for sharp edges. Now zoom in to your start point and carefully trace the route with the Eraser tool using the path your will take. As you go, the route will turn into a transparent path marked by a checkerboard pattern. It doesn't matter what direction you go as long as it's in one general direction. You just want a transparent background where the path will be. Once done, export this image as a .png file to preserve the transparency. For the background, use a program like Microsoft Paint to create solid color image using a contrasting color to your map's basic color in a resolution that will match your image size. I use the color red. Save this to your working folder. Animate the image in Lightworks. Add 2 more video tracks to the project and remove any audio tracks to keep things clean. Just makes it easier. Name the tracks from top to bottom. Cut, background, and base. Drag your original map to the base track. Drag your background color image to the background track. Finally, add your .png file to the cut track. Next, apply the Transform 3D effect to both the cut and background tracks. On the cut track, this effect ensures transparency where the path was erased in GIMP. On the background track, it allows us to move the background along the path from west to east. Add movement with keyframes. For this example, we're moving west to east, or left to right. Select the background track and move the timeline to the start of your sequence. Go to FX Settings and adjust the X position so the background is slightly offset from the path. In my example, I used -0.3. Enable keyframes for the X position. Next, move to the end of the timeline and set the X position to 0.2, ensuring smooth motion from start to finish. Now, return to the beginning of the sequence and hit play. You should see the background slide across the map, animating the route from left to right. And that's it! With these steps, you can create simple animated map routes. Repeat the process for each segment of your trip that changes direction if needed. Happy editing!